Hi guys, uh, how are you people? How is life? I hope you people are enjoying as well as studying hard for JP State Public Service Commission as well as for JPSC, BPSC. So as you know, I'm Dr. Praveen Kumar. I studied from Triple IT Hyderabad, worked in IIT Delhi, and also worked in JNU. And I have interest in UPSC, BPSC, JPSC. So I'm also creating videos explicitly for State Public Service Commission, and mm, uh, uh, the video which I'm creating currently are actually two. The first is of JPSC paper 2, which I'm uploading every day, and second is of science. Science I do every fortnight, every second day. Like I upload video every second day. So we did we started with biology class 7th, and we did nutrition in plant. And this is the second part of the video, and this will be a pretty short video because most of the thing which we have already covered in the nutrition in plant in the first video itself. Nonetheless, let me share the screen, and happy learning. Okay, yeah. So the today's topic will be other mode of nutrient in plant. So as I have already told you my name and my affiliation and all, so I'm not going to talk again. So let's directly delve into the topic. Other mode, what you can see, as I have told you, plant are autotrophs. What do you mean by plants are autotroph? They can create their own food. Like humans and animals are not autotrophs, they are heterotrophs. It means we are dependent on either plant or some other animal, correct? Pretty simple concept. And the plant create their own food because they have a process, something called photosynthesis. We have talked about photosynthesis, we have talked about the equation of photosynthesis, and I believe that equations are kind of important for BPSC exam, just because BPSC do ask this type of question, the equation like which all things are produced during photosynthesis and all. So I believe you should go with that. You should go to the slides again, ask me doubt anytime, and I can give you my mobile number also. You can ping me anytime. So okay, this is not working. Whiteboard, I don't know why it's not working. Okay, I'm sorry. uh, okay, white screen. So let me give you my mobile number, but okay, yes, control P. Okay, I don't know, there's some issue with this, so nonetheless, uh, yes, my number 7782015983. You can WhatsApp me any issues, anything. I will deal with everything. So let's start with this chapter. So other mode of nutrition in plants. So I've told you plants are basically autotrophics. Like they believe in, like they can create their own food and all. Right? But do all plants can create all foods? Like you should ask this question. Are there any other mode of nutrition in plants? Answer will be yes, and we'll talk about this in this slide. Okay, so first question will be, do every plant have chlorophyll? Mostly 90% or 95, more than 95% of the plant have chlorophyll, but there are some plants which do not have chlorophyll, which actually you see every day. But if the question arises, if they don't have chlorophyll, how they survive? Like, how they survive? Like, they have to create their own food. You're right. They are supposed to create their own food. From where they get nutrient? Obviously, water, minerals, they will get from soil, but other stuff, carbohydrate, protein, fats, from where they get? Uh, so the answer will be, these are the two of the question, but the answer is actually this. Like humans, other animal, plant actually depend on other plant. Like we depend on other plant, animals depend on other plants. And this, uh, hmm, These plants which cannot do photosynthesis because they do not have chlorophyll depends on other plants. So example, what will be the example? So you have seen this plant, Kaskatta. This is known in English, it is known as Kaskatta, but in Hindi it is known as Amar Bel, I guess. Let me confirm it. Yes, Amar Bel. I think you have seen this plant. These are actually some sort of parasite. You know, they live they live in uh, other plants. Like you can see this yellow color plant, a yellow color plant which is actually living in other plant, and which is and this plant is actually getting all the foods from this plant, and they do not have chlorophyll obviously, and this big plant is actually host, right? And these are actually parasite. So one of the example is Kaskatta or Amarbel, and the unfortunate thing is this Kaskatta or Amarbel can actually destroy whole plant because they enter into the stem of the plant. They just enter into the stem of plant, and they use all the nutrient of the plant, and ultimately the host actually die. That's why it's parasite. You know. So now question arises: only those plants who don't have chlorophyll, are they only dependent on the plants, or they are also dependent on other animals? Like the question arises, do plant eat animal? Answer is yes. Have you seen pitcher plant? There's something called pitcher plant, nepenthes, 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 nepenthes. I think I'm wrong in spelling, but still, this pitcher plant has, I'll show you the, is also known as insectivorous. These are insectivorous. Insectivorous means those who can eat insect. Insectivorous. Look, I'll check this spelling and nepenthes and I'll let you know again. And so these are insectivorous. What does it mean that it is insectivorous? So you can see there's a, if you see this plant has this leaf actually got converted into leaf, right? When some animal goes inside it, the leaf closed, uh, and this and this open, and this some sort of open mouth and open and close. It's like mouth. And inside, if you see inside the pitcher plant, this pitcher plant is actually leaf which is modified into a pitcher. Um, there are lots of hair, and this hair actually uh, directed downward. It's like this, right? It's like when I'll try to draw it. It's like this. So sorry, it's like this. And when the insect reach here, it goes down further. It goes down, and then there are lots of digestive juice at the end of the this pitcher. And when and the lid is closed when an insect goes inside it. So what will happen when the lid is closed? Uh, the insect cannot come out, and ultimately it goes digestive juice slowly and steadily destroy or kill this insect. So the main aim, look, there are many pitcher plant which is also green. What do you mean by green? Look, this pitcher plant you can see is some yellow red color, but there are many pitcher plant which are actually green. So if it is green, it means they can do photosynthesis. They can create at least carbohydrate, right? But there are many, but then why they need to kill the insect? The point is, I have already told, only carbohydrate is not important. You also need nitrogen, right? Why we need nitrogen? Because plant also need to create protein. And how plant used to create protein is just by uh, actually bacteria used to help. I have talked about free living bacteria and free living bacteria as well as symbiotic bacteria, which I have discussed in the previous class itself. So you please go through that video. So, but what happened? This insectivorous plant or pitcher plant, they live in the area where there is no bacteria itself. There is no bacteria which can help. So they actually kill all the insect which has lots of nitrogen. So to create protein. So the aim is to get the nitrogen from this insects. I hope this is clear to you. So this answer, some pitcher plants are actually green, but why does it feed insects? So I think this question is clear to you now. Okay, now the term saprotroph. This is important. I hope you have seen mushroom or you have eaten mushroom. I like mushroom a lot. So you can see during rainy season what happens during rainy season when if you go to some forest, you will realize when the wood is rotting wood, means the when the wood, some fallen wood actually are rotten by some of the microorganisms. You'll find lots of this thing. Mushrooms grow in that area. Lots of mushrooms grow in that area, and mushrooms are nothing but fungus. So actually, what happened? These mushrooms secrete some digestive juice, right? And on the dead and decaying matter, like this mushrooms, small mushrooms actually uh, uh, give actually secrete digestive juice on this wooden plank, which is actually dead, and then slowly and steadily it convert it into solution. Small because of digestive juice, the area which is near the wood, the area which is the wood, which is because of this digestive juice, there is secretive juice they produce, secretive juice, and they absorb this juice, and this juice are actually lots of nutrient. So this mode of this mode is known as saprotrophic mode of nutrition. So what do I mean by saprotrophic mode? It means saprotrophs. If BPSC asks you or JPSC asks you what are saprotrophs, saprotrophs are the organism which actually eat dead and decayed material, and they grow, right? So mostly fungus usually do it. So you can, um, you would have seen fungus in the your achar or pickles, leather cloth, like this thing was very famous when lockdown got opened, and this picture was very famous in Twitter, and people thought, but this was not from India, this was from some, I think, Malaysia. Look, you can see, but the point is you can see lots of fungus, this white color, lots of fungus, because this fungus are actually, the fungus spore is actually present everywhere. And when this fungus spore will get all the humidity, they'll get humidity and little bit of warm weather, they will just enter into the any leather or anything which is some sort of dead, right? And they start secreting, and they'll just, spore will stick to that place, and that spore, what will happen, that spore will stick to that place, and that spore will start creating some sort of uh, not creating, start giving secretive juice to that place, and that secretive juice will digest the leather and the wooden part, and that digestion, actually what will do, that digestion, because of that digestion, you'll get secretive juice which has lots of nutrient, and that fungus will drink that nutrient, and they will slowly and steadily grow. So this is how fungus work. This is a saprotrophic mode of nutrition. So if fungus do fungus do saprotrophic mode of nutrition, and that include mushroom. So now I have talked about parasite. Let's talk about symbiotic. Though relationship we'll talk in detail, all the relationship, but for sake of completion, we'll talk. Look, some organisms live together and share shelter and nutrient. There are some organisms which they live together and they share shelter and nutrient. Everything they share, right? And the example is okay. There are some fungus which actually live in the root of tree. There's some fungus, and what happened? This fungus actually, when they live in the root of the tree, so they start giving nutrient to the fungus. Look, plant will get nutrient from soil, and fungus get nutrient from the soil. So this fungus started giving this nutrient which they are getting from the soil to the plant, right? And this plant gives this fungus something called food. So both are getting benefited. And this type of mode of nutrition is known as symbiotic mode of nutrition. So one example is lichen. Lichen you have seen, must be seeing, right? Lichen, if you see, it is some sort of green color, but lichen is actually made up of two organisms, alga and fungus. So what happened? Alga is green color. So if alga is green color, so it can create their own food. It can create means it can do photosynthesis. So it can create their own food. So the fungus will get food from the alga, and what alga will get? Alga will get shelter. Fungus is some sort of strong, so it gives you shelter. It gives lots of water. It gives lots of mineral to alga. So both are benefiting from each other, and that is why it's known as symbiotic form of relationship. So, guys, this video we have talked about. Other mode of nutrition in plant, other one, obviously one more